There's more than fish in this tank. Lethbridge College believes there is a school of a different kind. Courses it's offering are designed to help those who are interested in aquaponics acquire knowledge in specific areas. The Aquaculture Center of Excellence says they are meant to address needs in the industry because it's hard to find people with real knowledge.
To educate people on how to properly do aquaponics, because if you go on the internet, there's a lot of misinformation, people trying to sell you things, and basically what we're trying to sell you is knowledge.
Someone who's already growing plants but lacks knowledge on fish production will benefit from taking that specific micro-credential. Each person can pick and choose the combination of modules that meets their different individual needs.
The aquaponics credentials were designed with the general public in mind. Anyone from high school students to interested amateurs to greenhouse technicians can take these courses. The fact that they are online makes them even more accessible.
The college defines a micro-credential as a bite-sized piece of education. Rather than a whole course, it's really focused on a very specific skill or competency.
Micro-credentials really give those people that just need to know what aquaponics is and kind of just wetting their toes into that world. The micro-credentials are an introduction to that base knowledge.
The first 2 micro-credential courses are available online: the Aquaponics Design Micro-Credential and Fish Production in Aquaponics. Alejandra Pulido, E-News.
Does everybody see where Teresa entered in that value? Can some people like... Yes. Thank you.
Lights are on. Cameras are pointing at the equipment. It's time to do a sound check. That is something you might expect to see on a movie set, but instead, it's just another day at the office for Lethbridge College Engineering Technologies instructors. Back in his office, Doug May prepares his next lecture for the Soil Mechanics Lab broadcast. He says that even though it's not an ideal situation, it's the best that can be done for students.
So we're pushing the data out to our home viewers at home, and then the lab gets submitted. So it's the best thing that we can do in, I guess, these circumstances.
For those not able to physically be present, the best next thing is to watch a live broadcast of the process taking place. Even though it doesn't replace the hands-on experience, it provides students with the necessary visuals. Some students have had the opportunity to attend multiple lab sessions. Hassan Kupa is one of them, and he says there's a big difference between being able to be part of the process in person and watching someone else do it on a screen.
Definitely better to be hands-on, 100%. However, due to COVID, this is the best that they could do, and in my opinion, they're doing a pretty good job at it.
Sometimes the process involves more than one student, as well as the help of the instructor to be able to showcase the action properly for those watching at home.
Since there is a limited capacity on how many people can attend in-person labs, Zoom courses had to be combined. Alejandra Pulido, E-News.
Nicole Stradichak started Taekwondo when she was 7 years old and achieved her black belt by the age of 14 and her world title shortly after at the age of 17. Now she enjoys passing on her knowledge and skills to students. That has been a passion of hers since opening Champion Taekwondo with her husband in 2015. She enjoys that aspect of Taekwondo and martial arts as well.
And helping instill the values and belief systems of martial arts and Taekwondo into our kids and students and leaders of tomorrow, that is where I find the most benefit.
At Champion Taekwondo, they offer different level classes as well as by age. Their Little Champs program is designed for kids 4 to 6 years old, where they learn the basics of Taekwondo before they begin to earn their colored belts. But since last year, due to COVID-19, they had to make some changes to the way they teach their courses. Now they offer classes online as well as in person and run them simultaneously. Taekwondo can be practiced by anyone 4 years and older. People can start at the basic level at any time, and it's never too late to get started. Pam Halliwell, an assistant instructor as well as a student of Champion Taekwondo, has been practicing Taekwondo for over 20 years. She has been working alongside Ms. Stradichak since she and her husband opened the studio and says it has been a great experience.
Awesome. She's a great inspiration to not only women, but children and to the male participants as well. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air.
Dylan Morris, co-owner of Little Nicaragua Coffee Company, grabs a new bag of green coffee beans brought straight from their family farm in Nicaragua a few months back to continue the roasting process.
I always tell people it's as local as coffee can be because we can't grow in Canada, but the fact we are the farm and the roasters is really what sets us apart from everybody in Lethbridge.
Their coffee is grown and hand-picked in a farm in Nicaragua that has been in his in-law's family for generations. The family has been working on making it self-sufficient for the last 12 years, and it is finally getting to the point where they are getting enough coffee to be able to bring it up and offer it to our Lethbridge community.
Our farm is located in the Kirahua. Kirahua is a group of mountains right in the middle of the country. We cannot cut any trees. We only are allowed to plant coffee where existing coffee was before.
It is a process that takes time and effort, but with the support from their family in Nicaragua and the ability to visit the farm every once in a while, Little Nicaragua Coffee Company owners are now able to help Lethbridge citizens get their caffeine fix from locally roasted coffee. The last part of the process is packaging the roasted coffee for people to enjoy it at home freshly grounded. They offer their coffee as whole beans because this way it retains the flavor for longer.
All our packaging, we try to be as environmentally friendly as possible. So all our packaging is, I believe it's 95% compostable. Our cups are 100% compostable. Same with our plastic cups we use for cold coffee. Those are 100% compostable as well as our straws. It's all paper. So everything we use that gets thrown out a lot, we try to make it as environmentally friendly as possible.
Alejandra Pulido, E-News.
I'm beyond the normal retirement age.
October's municipal elections have been weighing on Mayor Spearman's mind for months. He recently decided against running for re-election, admitting that COVID restrictions preventing him from having contact with his family were a factor. Spearman says one of his regrets as mayor is not receiving anything of significance from any provincial government during his 2 terms in office. But not everything has been negative. He points to many projects throughout his 8 years in office that he is proud of.
The largest single private investment in the history of Lethbridge, $430 million, Cavendish. Fantastic investment. And the ATB Centre, and certainly that's the largest municipal facility that we've constructed in the history of Lethbridge, the most expensive one at $155 million.
As for the future of City Council, Spearman believes that anybody running for City Council in any capacity should have a vision and an idea about how to deal with social issues in the city. He also believes councillors need to be willing to work together as a team in order to access the services we desperately need from the provincial government, including detox services and supported housing.
Councillors are tight-lipped about their potential intent to run for mayor. However, Councillor Blaine Higgin is wildly rumored to be considering the run. He says in a statement, Spearman leaves big shoes to fill.
One thing is certain, when the dust settles and when the pandemic crisis is over, Mayor Spearman will have left his mark on Lethbridge. At this point, it is anyone's guess who will be running to replace him or sit on City Council. Alejandra Pulido, E-News.
I feel safer.
This bylaw was created to educate the public on how to stop the spread of COVID-19, but it is enforceable, and if not followed, it could lead to a $100 fine. Alejandra Pulido, Kodiak News. Taekwondo can be practiced by anyone 4 years and older. People can start at the basic level at any time, and it's never too late to get started.
Individual needs.
The aquaponics credentials were designed with the general public in mind. Anyone from high school students to interested amateurs to greenhouse technicians can take these courses. The fact that they are online makes them even more accessible.
To prepare, Alejandra Pulido standing by with more on this story. Ali?
Thank you, Mario. It was a day of mixed emotions for outgoing Mayor Chris Spearman. He shared with the media some thoughts on the highs and lows of his time in office.
I'm beyond the normal retirement age.
Applications for City Council are now open, and the information can be found in the City of Lethbridge website. Back to you in studio, Mario. And I'm Alejandra Pulido, and here's today's top story. Lethbridge College has shifted its attention towards esports in a big way, With the COVID-19 pandemic, many traditional sports have been put on pause, resulting in students looking for other avenues of entertainment and learning. Nathan Ryder has more on the story. So far, Lethbridge College has participated in events for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and FIFA. Moving forward, the college hopes to add more games and host live events. Lethbridge College's faculty and staff members are ready to welcome students back to campus this fall. The college is also making the process easier and more affordable.
New pathways for everyone, and we know that.
Specific details about which classes will be offered on campus will be finalized in the coming months, but it's expected that every program except for fully online-only classes will have an on-campus presence this fall. The Lethbridge Home and Garden Show 2021 took place this week, but it looked much different than it has in previous 40 years. Mario Carbadilla is standing by to tell you why. Mario, is Exhibition Park going back to in-person events in the future?
Ali, unfortunately, exhibition.
With summer fast approaching, local wedding venues around Lethbridge are gearing up for what could be a busy season despite COVID-19. Wedding venues say they are eager to start the season but are feeling disheartened by current COVID-19 restrictions. Carson Marksuk reports. With constantly changing restrictions, wedding venues in Lethbridge say they are being flexible and working with their clients to plan their special day, even if it means pushing their wedding to 2022 or beyond. Coming up after the break, Jackson McGinn takes over. He'll show you why addiction is perceived as one of the causes of homelessness and how another local business changed how it operates to adjust with COVID-19 with sweet results.